The other part of me thinks that they all meet somewhere, like under a bridge, you know, like there's a hobo hangout, you know, by the fire, like, hey, what's up, Bill? What's up, Joe? Hey, where's Susan? Oh, you didn't hear her? She's dead. Somebody killed her with quarters. I don't have to bury her. So anyways, that's a true story of me being a total douchebag. Question? Yeah. Ichigo in Bleach is a lot of fun. He is. He's one of those characters right now that, I mean, I don't need a playback to remember what I sounded like. I just go in, it's just me being me. Basara was a lot of fun. Yukimura was a lot of fun. And I first started off doing the games, actually. There's various different games that I was playing on Yukimura. And slightly different in each one, yeah, depending on the producer or whatever. But then I went and did the, with Funimation, I did the series, you know. And it's just a lot of fun, you know. And but after like, I think an hour or two, like my voice is gone. Yeah, I get to scream a lot of your lordship in that one, and that usually kills it. And that texture, it adds a texture to my voice throughout it. But it was a lot of fun. It really was. You already had one. One for your brother? Okay. Emil was a lot of fun as well. Emil in Tales of Symphonia, Dawn of the New World, right? It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a good character. It was fun, and I gotta play him like this. And then he became slightly braver, and then eventually he was Ratatosk, which is like me, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so it was fun. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. The strangest thing that has ever happened to me at a convention. I already told the elevator one, so besides that, the strangest thing that has ever happened. I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of things that are running through my mind right now, but I don't know if they're strange. I can tell you one of them, maybe you can decide if it's strange enough. So I'm signing autographs, and this, Jason Frank was next to me, and this kid comes over, and he's like, hey, will you sign my leg? And so sometimes people ask to sign the leg or whatever, and then they'll sit up like this and I'll sign their pant leg or whatever. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll sign your leg. And I turned and started talking to Jason Frank for a bit, and then I turned back, and there's a leg, like a prosthetic leg sitting right there. And the kid is like, you know? And so I'm like, oh, you need this back. I can't just like talk. And so I signed it and gave it back to him. No, that was kind of strange, I guess. Other than that, I got some sweaty donuts once. I call them sweaty donuts because you know like how they have that cellophane clear part or whatever, but there's like, you know, dew on it. It's like, thank you. I'll eat these later. Yes. The strangest thing I've ever received from a fan, well, the donuts was pretty weird. But panties from a dude. That was pretty weird, actually. I don't know, I didn't touch that. I was on stage, I was with my band and we were playing and then panties like flew up and I was like, what, is this really happening? And I looked over, who threw it? It was a dude. Yes? Persona 4, the animation?
Yeah.
I enjoy saying, Izanagi! Just because I like saying that. Clears my throat. It's like a sneeze. Yes.
Can you say the king's orders are absolute?
Sorry, what happened here? Did you just hijack somebody else's question? Oh no, he had another one. Now, hang on a second. Yes.
Can you say the king's orders are absolute in Murakami's voice?
Say what?
Can you say the king's orders are absolute?
The king's orders are absolute. It's kind of boring, isn't it? Without the animation. The king's orders are absolute. That's the animation. That's me being animated. Yes. Try again, yes. It was a little bit of a challenge doing Vash, especially in the beginning, because I had come straight from doing Power Ranger stuff, you know? And I called myself the background ranger. I didn't do anything. I stood in the back like this. And everyone, you know, Tommy's here like, all right. And you know, the other guys are doing things or whatever. Kimberly, whatever she said. You know, I'm not making fun of her, I just don't know any lines. And so I'd just stand back here like this and I'd wait for her. Right, let's do it. It's more fun. That's all I did. And the whole time. Not the whole time, but most of the time it felt like that. And so it was totally different. You know, I hardly did anything on Power Rangers to go and be the lead in some anime that I had no idea was popular. You know, and you know, being goofy and all that stuff too. So it was a totally different thing for me. Yes, Batman shirt, right? Is it not? Oh, you're passing it off to someone else.
Yeah.
Hi.
If you had a say in, I guess, future animes or possible future animes that might be dubbed, what would you be
In a future anime that hasn't been dubbed?
An anime that hasn't been dubbed yet, and if it were to have a dub, which one would you choose?
I'm not really current on anything new though. What's new? Are you saying some swim thing? Oh. Okay, that. I don't know, I'm not current on anything new. I just haven't been able to, you know, check anything out, unfortunately. There's another one I did check out. Oh, there's one, okay, so it was a manga. I don't know if it's ever been animated or if it will ever be animated, but I think it's called Abara. I think it means like oil or ribs or something like that. And if you check it, you can probably find it online. It looks really cool. It's like some crazy manga that almost looks like Aliens-esque. You know, it's pretty cool. Yes. How did I get into voice acting? It's a weird story, but or it's a long story actually. I'll try to make it interesting. So after Power Rangers, the stunt guys, the Japanese stunt team, wanted to shoot an action film, and so they had me come on and play the lead of this show, this independent film, and the camera they were using was Japanese. The sound guys were not Japanese. And so when they tried to get the sound out at the end, when they edited everything together, it was just static. Like the whole film was just. And so I had to go in and dub my character. And so when I was in there dubbing, the producer walked in, and he's like, "Oh, you got a good hero voice." I was like, "Come on, okay, makes sense." And so after a couple, you know, weeks or whatever working on that, he asked me to come in and audition for this animated show. And so I was like, "Sure, I'll go audition." Needed a job, and so he brought me in and he showed me Japanese version of this anime, and then he played it in English, and then he said, "Can you do something sort of more like the Japanese?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll give it a shot." And so I auditioned, and a few weeks later he called me up and said, "So you're going to play Vash in Trigun." And so that's how I got the part in Trigun, and then that just opened the doors for me. It really did. And I think it was a scratch track, if you're wondering what that English was. It was a scratch track I'm assuming somebody else laid some stuff down. And so yeah. So if you're wondering like how you can get into voice acting, I don't know if you can go my way. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but if you do want to become a voice actor, I mean, you got to have a decent, clear voice. You have to be able to act. And the tough thing is, you have like a director, right? A director will obviously direct you. They know the show. Sometimes you don't know the show. You have to be able to cold read. Like you have to be able to walk in. You don't have this. You rarely ever get the script ahead of time. You just walk in, especially with anime. You show up. Director says, "This is who you are. You're 15. You're a kid, whatever. Parents hate you or something." And so you just go in and you just start acting, like right off the page, you know, and then they guide you where you should be. And the tough part is when you don't agree with what the director wants you to do, like you find a place that you feel like you want to play the character, but the director totally changes that, and you feel weird, you have to do it like they say. If the dialogue is written strange, like you guys know from watching anime, especially the old time, a lot of times it's really weird, you know, it's written backwards, or they just wrote it just like the translation, and it's just, what? Is this Yoda? What is going on here? You know? And so, you just have to do basically what you're told, otherwise you're not going to be able to get work. At least in the beginning. Once you get a name for yourself, then you can kind of say some stuff. I'll give you a perfect example of something where I got really stupid direction from these people. I was working on this game, and I don't remember the name of the game, but I had a director, and there were 2 producers, and every time I would deliver a line the way I thought it should be delivered, they would change it, you know, and they would give me a line read and tell me to do it this way or whatever, right? And so the session was going on and on like this, and this one line, and I don't remember what the line is, they said, "Can you make that line a little happy?" I was like, "Sure, I can make it happy," so I put a smile on my face, read the line again. And then the other producer chimes in, he's like, "Actually, can you make that line, can you make it sad?" And I was like, "Okay, total opposite." You know, and then I'm waiting for them to give me beeps to do it, and I see them talking, and they punch back in. They're like, "You know what, can you make that line happy sad?" And I was like, "What? Happy sad? What does that even mean? Like, can you be happy and sad at the same time?" Like, it was like, you know, I was like, "Is that what you want?" And I'm just thinking this in my head. And then I just thought it was just so ridiculous, you know, that I was like, "You know what, yeah, sure, I can do it." And so instead of doing what maybe they want, I had no idea, I just went back to the very original take, the way I did it in the very beginning. I read it that way. And they're like, "Perfect." So that happens. Anyways. Yes, blue, mask. Yes, so. Is it weird voicing Narukami and Adachi? Yes. It was weird. And it wasn't like in the original, I was Adachi. And then they said, "Oh, you're also going to do the protagonist," but he doesn't say anything. It's just like, you know, or in kiosk and shouting some stuff, so it's not going to make a difference. And they're the same tone. I was like, okay, cool. The next game came out, he's talking a little bit. Another game comes out, he's talking a little bit more. Anime comes out, he's talking the whole time. So I'm like, how am I going to do this? They're the same tone, you know? And so I had to like tweak it just a hair, you know, just to make it different. But I did, if you haven't seen it, you can probably watch the last, I just really like that last final confrontation in the anime. It's a lot of fun. Or even in the game, yes. I don't think I can talk about the new stuff yet. Don't think I can talk about the new stuff. So.